Arnav, let me begin with you and let me understand. Let's do a roundup of Samvat 2080 and what we should be expecting from Samvat 2081.
Very happy Diwali to you, Kavita, to your entire team and all the viewers who are watching this show. So, if we go back to the Samvat year which has just passed, what we saw was that if you look at various asset classes, the rally and the optimism which was there for the past few years has continued. So you have seen that right up till a month ago, equities were doing very well. If you see the overall scenario has come in debt, then the entire economy is moving towards a situation where going forward, the RBI is slowly over a period of time likely to bring down interest rates, which will be a big relief for various borrowers. If you look at gold, gold has also continued its stupendous run and hit new highs not only locally but also in the international markets. So overall, even though this was a year where we saw a lot of uncertainty because of the general elections within the country, we saw a situation where there was high geopolitical tension in the Middle East because of the Israel-Hamas and then the Israel-Hezbollah and now the Israel-Iran fights which are going on. So in spite of all these things, foreign investors, this was a good year which has gone by. But going forward in 2081, what investors should expect is a moderation of various themes that they have seen. For example, if you see over the past 1 month, equities have started to moderate a bit. You have seen a bit of pullback in the small caps, mid caps. So investors need to be cautious on that front. As I said earlier, in terms of the debt situation, rates are slowly likely to come down over a period of time during this year. And as long as the global uncertainties remain, gold as an investment will remain pretty strong. So these are the things which one has to look out for, but there will be even more increased uncertainties. We have the US presidential election coming up, and we do not know of the various additional challenges which will also arise.
All right, so this was the financial aspect of it, but then Eka, let me come to you. Let's understand more about Vikram Samvat 2081. I was reading somewhere, and Vikram Samvat 2081 is also called Kal Yukta or Kali Yukta, and there is a specific tithi on which it's falling. So what's the significance? If I just want to understand that aspect of this new Vikram Samvat.
So you'd actually be surprised at the origin of Vikram Samvat.
Huh.
So Vikram Samvat actually has so of course there is a whole solar calendar and a lunar calendar that we've been following. But जो हमारे शक संवत या विक्रम संवत होते हैं, they are actually linked to the name of one king.
Okay.
So while the tithis have significance that are about planetary alignment, that are about how planetary positions shift, that are about the impact of various planets on our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, our economic bodies, our intellectual bodies. But the tithi or the calendar in isolation, the idea of the Vikram Samvat is actually it's an idea that's an independent idea. Now, as far as the planets and the planetary alignments is concerned, the fact is that starting August this year, around the period of Ganpati, around Ganesh Chaturthi, is when the planets have finally taken a massive shift. We spoke just now about all the conflict and the strife that we've been seeing, the disease and the pain that we've been seeing, and everything that's happened in the last couple of years. That was a cycle that started way back in August 2019. What we have seen in August 2024 is a complete turnaround of that cycle. And therefore, जो आप कलियुग की बात कर रहे हैं, कलियुक्त की बात कर रहे हैं, और ये जो तिथि आ रही हैं, that is actually linked to one cycle of the जिसको हम महादशा कहते हैं, it is linked to that mahadasha, that cycle of the planets, which we are now getting into. So this cycle turned around in August, around Ganpati. That's when the planetary positions really aligned. And what we're going to see now, starting August until the next 3 years, until the next 4 years, is going to be the cycle of absolute growth and majesty. And you will notice this, by the way, across markets, across personal lives, across relationships, across health, across everything. So that's the transition that has happened. And that's that Kali Yukta Tithi जिसका आप transition की बात कर रही हैं.
It's very interesting. So a lot of good news coming up, and a good time to actually plan to make your wealth also. Anushka, one comment from you on this, and then we will look into our viewer queries also. So your expectations from Samvat 2081, Anushka.
I am a long-term investor, and as a long-term investor, I continue to invest in the equity market.
Sure.
Of course, now I'm not doing a lot of lump sum investments, considering even though the markets have corrected a bit right now, it's this situation where the markets have corrected, but my watch list or the stocks that I want to invest in, or good fundamental stocks have, they're still not trading at a value which I will say is very cheap, or is, somewhere where I see a lot of margin of growth. But I would continue with my SIPs, and I would say no one can predict the markets. As retail investors, we should continue with our SIPs, and if there is a correction or if something happens, we should just double down, and we're all bullish in